for the Australian team as a batter and a bowler. But what's been most impressive is Viggy's leadership, his decision making. And it's so easy for a captain to be able to just spin your wheels mentally a bit and overthink situations. And then when you have to make a decision on what is the right ball to bowl right now for me, then your mind can get a little bit cluttered. It just seems like Pat Cummins got his really under control.
And how he kept the unit together. You know, when you're a big side that have won 5 World Cups and you lose the first 2 games, there's a lot of noise all over the place. Just to calm the nerves and then get them back on track, win 8 on the bounce. Last 22 overs, just the 1 boundary. That was by KL Rahul of Maxwell. This goes to show how Australia have really tightened things up. And that's the comeback from Australia, if you see. 18 the first 2, and the next 20 overs, another 80. So from 8 and over to 4 and over.
And how brave Rohit Sharma was. You see the first over, Mitchell Starc bowled. He was a little bit tentative, just going, how am I going to work this? Am I really going to put my foot down again with the ball swinging around? And he just thought, yep, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to take him on. And that was the thing that really got India off to an absolute flyer. Then Australia being brilliant. Wickets are gold dust here.
Also tells you his reading of the surface. He knew that when the ball was hard and new was the time to take chances. And he had the shots to do it. 162 for 4. And time for a drink.
Our job here at the Harvey Norman Extreme Validation Office is to put laptops through their paces.
It's not about pushing buttons, it's about pushing limits.
Like the HP Pavilion Plus, with its fast charging and long-lasting battery life.
Hey Barry, how's the fast charging and long-lasting battery life going?
A canny budget. Could power a wee village.
For the best overall laptop experience, ask for the HP Pavilion Plus at Harvey Norman.
Absolutely love the smell and was so surprised it works. Since then, she's converted everyone.
Well, with the kids, I wanted to stay away from as much unnatural stuff as I possibly can. I've tried so many natural deodorants. They all say they'll work, but they don't. Recommended it to my husband, my family and my friends. They're all converted as well. You want to go over here? I'm definitely no super mum, but it does do what it says it does. Wouldn't choose anything else.
Which brings us to the matter of the Toyota Hilux. Now, the fairest solution here is shared custody.
I'll go first. Eddie doesn't bring you here.
Keys, heaps things. Favourite chummy.
How good is this? Ordered some roof racks.
Yeah, well, that's all you've got to do, snorkel.
Well, you're lucky, man. I only have my Hilux once a month. Did us those rock crawl yesterday. Taking fishing.
Yeah, it's obvious. You want to come?
I'll drive. Tyler, an unbreakable connection. Toyota.
Australia always rises to the occasion, and in their 8th World Cup final they have been sharp in the field, restricting India to 162 for 4 from their 32 overs in an interesting period between drinks breaks. Mark Taylor It was Virat Kohli, though, who steadied the ship for the Indians after losing a few early wickets.
Yeah, it's been a good battle, hasn't it? The first 10 overs, 2 for 80. You felt India were getting away from Australia, then we bounced back with those couple of quick wickets. Kohli was the one we really wanted, though, because boy, he played well. As he often does, comes out, attacks the new ball with those 3 fours in a row here off Mitchell Starc and got his innings underway and looked very, very dangerous. And around this time, Australia were probably thinking, well, have we done the right thing by bowling first? Eventually it was Pat Cummins who came back on, got him with a shorter ball, trying to run that down to third man. Pat Cummins is having a very good day, actually, so far. I think his bowling changes have been excellent. And to bring himself back on and get that wicket, it's got Australia right back in the game. So with 18 overs to go, as I said, I think Australia have probably got their noses in front now, although India will think another 100 runs in those 18 overs, 260. It's always going to be tough chasing runs in a final.
Australia, they're up there.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, their fielding has set the tone, hasn't it? They've been brilliant right from that's about the second ball of the day right there. That's 4 for all money. And in the deep, the fielding's very good. They've thrown themselves around. They've stopped at least 20 runs. Plus that catch of Travis Head, that's really turned things around. I think this is it here now. That catch there, 1 for 76 inside the first 10 overs. That looked really dangerous, and then that turned the momentum. So Australia have been excellent in the field. Their energy's up, and it's been up now for most of the tournament, apart from a slow start. So got their noses back in front, but wickets still a key though for Australia. Got to keep them coming.
One thing that India are very lucky to have is KL Rahul. We saw it for Australia in that first game. To be able to have a world-class opening batter, to be able to come in and bat at number 5, and have the versatility to be able to adapt to the situation. He comes in before the first 25 overs, just got an ability to be able to just rotate the strike, accumulate runs. He strikes in those first 25 overs throughout this World Cup, but only 77. But then his ability to be able to crank it up when he needs to. So if he comes in after the 25th over, he strikes 130 throughout this World Cup. It just shows his versatility. There's not too many players in the world who can come in, absorb world-class bowling in those first 20 overs when his team is under pressure, or then to be able to have the switch where he can just go, bang, you know what, this is what my team needs, and I can really turn it on when I need to.
Comes on the basis of a sound technique in space and spin, so it doesn't bog him down. But he's going to need all those skills. We spoke glowingly about Pat Cummins and Australia for the last 10 minutes or so. Now, just looking at when the wickets were lost, just as they were about to exit that first power play, Rohit Sharma went, then immediately after that, Shreyas Iyer. And you don't blame KL and Virat for absorbing that pressure, but just into that 29th, 30th over where they will perhaps looking at it and saying 5 more overs and then we'll start accelerating, Virat goes. So they'll need Sky, they'll need Jadeja, they'll need KL to soak up more pressure, and then if they have to get that total that they feel capable of defending, those skills that you two gentlemen spoke about from KL, Jadeja and Sky, who's the highest score at 49 this season, are going to have to come into play big time at the back end. And also best the timing to do it. They'll have to bat deep today. They can't go early and then lose 2 wickets and then struggle towards the back end of the inning. So they'll have to show great maturity. That's why I think here Rahul becomes the key here with his experience and the fact that he's got in good form in this tournament. What do you think Australia will be happy restricting India to?
Well, currently, how things are sitting, what's projected is 251 if everything stays the same with the run rate the way it is. For Australia, I think 250, 260, anything over that, knowing the quality of the Indian bowlers, not knowing exactly how much impact the dew's going to have on the run chase, but around 260, that's going to be a really challenging chase for the Australians. 33 gone, 165 for 4.
Want to grow your small business into a big business? Nine Ad Manager lets you buy advertising campaigns on Nine Now, Australia's most watched free streaming TV platform. Create your campaign, choose the audiences and postcodes you want to target, and then track how it performs. You can even create your own video ad, all for only $550. Turn your business into a household name. Go to 9admanager.com.au.
There's 17 overs to go, 165 for 4. Travis Head has 1 over before this, being brought back into the attack.
Travis Head, the golden arm in the semi-final against South Africa, got the huge wicket of Klaassen. Got 2 quick wickets there. Australia going to want to hope Travis Head can just find some magic again. It's 2 big wickets, Klaassen and Jansen back to back. What can he do right now for Australia? The beauty of Australia is their options that they've got for Pat Cummins to be able to utilise and work around. Even though Head and Maxwell are off spinners, just their trajectory is different, the way the ball wraps up the wicket's a little bit different as well.
That's gone away fine. Did he get some back on it? Leg by Singer.
Great signs for the Indian bowlers. Kuldeep Yadav and Jadeja, who's batting out there, would be licking their lips after seeing that.
There's no doubt this pitch will turn. There's no dew. And Indians are fully aware of that. They know they need that 250 at any cost. And if there's no dew, that might well be a pretty decent score. There's no pace in this pitch to play with. 169 for 4.
Welcome back to Western Australian viewers, joining us after 9 News for this ICC World Cup final between Australia and India. The hosts 169 for 4 after 34 overs. Who's in front now, Mark Taylor?
Well, the game's right in the balance, really. The current run rate's dropped all the way down to 5 runs per over. 16 overs remaining in the game, or in this innings anyway. So I reckon India are eyeing 260, somewhere around that, which will be a tricky chase. I reckon this pitch will turn. It's not as prepared as much moisture as I thought it would be. It looks fairly dry, and I'm pretty sure it will turn if the dew doesn't come in. So Australia want to try and keep India to 250 or less. So the next 16 overs is vital for both sides.
Great move by India to send Jadeja ahead of Suryakumar Yadav. The whole reason Suryakumar Yadav is part of this World Cup team is they expect him on the big stage to do what he does best. To come and make an impact in a little time. That's why they've kept him back. Jadeja's job would be to see India through till next, with 10, 12, 15 overs left. Right time for Suryakumar Yadav to come in.
He's a player that doesn't need a huge amount of balls to have a big impact on a game. Asia soak up the pressure.
It's also what comes after Sky. They have 4 bowlers after him who have to stay with him if he's the man batting at the death. And also they haven't batted much. because India have been so dominant, the likes of Shami, Siraj hasn't batted at all, Kuldeep once, Bumrah a couple of times. So that's why they're having just to take their time here, India, and take it deep and set it up for Sky and a bit of a finish at some stage.
So when you have somebody starting off a little slow, like KL Rahul did the first 20 balls that he faced, going at a strike rate of 50, you worry about people who get off to a slow start, whether the occasion and the slow pace of his innings will get to him. But that boundary that he hit of Maxwell, that kind of dill scoop, was the only boundary that was hit last 20 odd overs. It was a very important moment for KL Rahul because just slowly shifted gears without taking a big risk. But that is normally the outcome when you're stuck, not able to rotate strike, then you want to go for a big shot and release the pressure, but he's done it with minimum risk. So he's now slowly getting into gear. With Jadeja, you'll get these quick singles directed, but the guy's comfortably in.
Yeah, he's a great athlete, isn't he? We've seen him in the field, Jadeja. Maybe Australia can just squeeze when he's on strike, because at the moment he's just looking to knock it and run. Australia may want him to play the big shot. This was too easy, even off the back foot. He had the extra yard to go, and he's such an athlete, he makes it comfortably.
Contributions of Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul down the order, being one of the features of India's 10 out of 10 performance. KL Rahul still at it. Crucial innings on 49. Goes for a single, and he'll make it. And a huge draw. KL Rahul gets to his 50. Second 50 in this tournament. He's got 100 as well. How vital that contribution is, just keeps India in the game, in the hunt.
It's a big contribution, especially going 3 down in the 11th over. India haven't been put under huge pressure with the bat right throughout this tournament. The second time that they have been, he's been the man that stood up twice. Very good innings, very responsible innings.
Singles from that over, 173 for 4.
Take a virtual test drive in the Pajero Sport at drive.com.au.
Second.
Team's entry into the finals in the press conference where he said it has not been convincing, but we are there. Typically, the champion team is putting in one of their most consistent performances or convincing performances. The match that really matters in the finals, the best we've seen of Australia. Gone back to Josh Hazlewood.
Yeah, again, just a hint, a reverse swing there for Hazlewood. They're going to get overthrows here, and a couple of them. Maxwell at mid-on tried to throw the stumps down.
Australia have been very keen to throw the ball at every opportunity, trying to get it older. Trying to encourage that reverse swing, wrapping up one side. something everybody has to be alert. Everybody in the field has to be alert when that's the case. The ball pinging around the field, sometimes it can seem unnecessary.
Something that we've seen right through the afternoon. Another impressive diving stop, but oh dear. Obvious overthrow. The Jadeja was happy to run. K. Rahul second thought, but eventual response.
Chaos for a couple of deliveries. Ball was flying around everywhere. It went to mid-off. It was a brilliant athletic stop. The throw was good, but then Hazelwood himself, so Inglis was backing up. It nearly hit the helmet, and they nearly ran.
It just gets everybody on edge. And that happens. Anyone who's not involved in that play throws their hands up and says, "What are you doing?"
Something that you see with K. Rahul, the second time I've seen this tournament, takes his time getting ready. The bowler was just about maybe 3 or 4 meters away from the stumps before he looked up. Well, this is a 50 moment for K. Rahul. Since he started batting down the order in white ball cricket number 4-5. It's a greater value add as a batter, I feel.
His ability to be a technically correct player. Somebody who's so good against spin as well. He's got an amazing ability to open his hands and access the offside, even when the ball is at the stump. That just adds another dimension to the Indian batting lineup. You know, you're going to get security. You always also have the ability to switch gears.
The other thing, guys, you see India, you think they're crawling at the moment. There's an appeal. More from the field's point. I think Steve Smith is the most excited. Seen 1 or 2 times when nobody's heard anything, and one fielder heard something, and the captain has respected that.
Director, we have a clear review for court behind. The original decision is not out. I've already checked the front foot and it's a fair delivery. Let's move on to front on, please. Ball's close to bat. I need outrage to confirm there's any bat involved. Can you give me outrage? Flat line. Take it to the gap, take it back. Bring it forward, flat line, unsatisfied. Back to Illy on field. Illy was leading to original decision of not out. Stand by.
That's big a roar. When they saw that on the screen, when the outrage didn't react, they heard something. Pat Cummins, Steve Smith. All silence when the ball passed the outside edge. As big a cheer as Virat Kohli walked in. Big moments, big stage. This time there seems to be an obvious nick. Jadeja is walking back. Josh Hazelwood has stopped.
Definite signs of reverse swing. We saw it from Stark in the last over, and when it's reversing to a left-hander round the wicket, first one Jadeja missed, the next one he nicked. Definite reverse swing, angle in, and then it just goes late, and that's enough to find the outside edge of Jadeja's bat. Going to be tricky at the end of this innings where they're reversing. Jadeja goes for 9. India in trouble. 178 for 5.
Alexa, play Nova.
Now playing Nova.
Hi, it's Ricky Lake to Majal.
Hello. Alexa, play Nova everywhere.
Play Nova everywhere with Amazon Alexa.
And long-lasting battery life. Hey Barry, how's the fast charging and long-lasting battery life going?
A canny budget. I could power a wee village.
For the best overall laptop experience, ask for the HP Pavilion Plus at Harvey Norman.
In comes Suryakumar Yadav after Josh Hazlewood got in on the action to dismiss Jadeja.
Yeah, the Aussies picking up wickets at really handy times right throughout this innings. Just when India looked like they're getting back on top, they get a wicket. Once again, a bowling change. Hazlewood back into the attack. And as the commentators just mentioned, a little bit of reverse swing, which we haven't seen a lot of in this tournament. And that will make the next 14.1 overs quite interesting if it's going to swing around a bit. As I said a moment ago, I reckon India feel like they need 250 plus, and Australia will settle for anything under that. So they can keep the wickets coming like this one here. Australia right in the game. Hazlewood's been terrific right throughout the tournament. Another wicket to him. And once again, the crowd at Ahmedabad go very quiet. Yadav on strike and keeps that one out. A successful over for Hazlewood. 178 for 5.
Our job here at the Harvey Norman Extreme Validation Office is to put laptops through their paces.
It's not about pushing buttons, it's about pushing limits!
Like the HP Pavilion Plus, with its fast charging and long-lasting battery life.
Hey Barry, how's the fast charging and long-lasting battery life going?
A canny budget. The power of village.
For the best overall laptop experience, ask for the HP Pavilion Plus at Harvey Norman.
Pitch that looks more designed to help spinners, but you still see him as doing the job here. Stark, Hazlewood, Maxwell, 1 wicket each. Cummins has got a couple. A few times in this tournament has bowled his 10 overs. Maxwell, they've used him as an off spinner a lot. Yeah, the second in battle out while defending.
Yeah, he's on the move. No balance.
Catch.
It's a crucial time. Australia will know they can break this partnership and they're into the bowlers. That total could be anything under 250.
They wanted the run. Suryakumar Yadav not interested. Just trying to say earlier that India seems to be going at the moment, almost crawling forward, but the run rate because of the Rohit Sharma effect in the first few overs still close to 5 runs and over. The deep doesn't come in. India will fancy their chances on a pitch. Helping bowlers more and more. I think they'll go upstairs both for the nick and the stumping. And there they go.
TV umpire to director, we have an umpire review for stumping. I've already checked the front foot, it's a fair delivery. Let's move on to front on. Ball's close to bat. Can you give me ultra edge, please? Flat line, little gap as the ball passes the bat. I'm satisfied that there's no bat on ball. Your best side on. It's grounded, ball fairly collected. I have a decision for the big school.
Indian fans watching that replay from side on the stumping would obviously think of Mahendra Dhoni, who had a completely different technique, very close to the stumps, collecting the ball. Inglis at the very end was really stretching forward to get the bails off. Like Suryakumar Yadav. Now this is not the ideal pitch for him. See how far he is from the stumps collecting the ball, but obviously the bat was always in. Now Suryakumar Yadav, not the ideal pitch that he'd want to play one of his crazy inning that he does, but he'll have to make do.
Tempted to get a slip in for him as well. We've just seen one go past the outside edge. Whether it'll carry on such a slow pitch, you'd have to be close, but Maxwell just getting a little bit of drift out.
It's 179 for 5.
Our job here at the Harvey Norman Extreme Validation Office is to put laptops through their paces.
It's not about pushing buttons, it's about pushing limits.
Like the HP Pavilion Plus, with its fast charging and long-lasting battery life.
Hey Barry, how's the fast charging and long lasting battery life going?
A canny budget. I could power a wee village.
For the best overall laptop experience, ask for the HP Pavilion Plus at Harvey Norman.
Covered with the river, very close to the ground. The innings not flowing as it normally does or has in the tournament.
Yeah, they'll need a kick towards the back end of this innings. Seeing the impact that in-batters can have. The last 10 overs, Rahul will be so crucial to that. Talked about KL Rahul to spin all throughout this tournament. His ability to hit the ball on the offside, even from off the stumps. That's not a bad ball at all from Adam Zampa, but he hits that for 4. The confidence that he's got in his technique and his reading of length, that's the most impressive thing. You'll see him play with a straight bat, you'll see him play a genuine cut shot to it, but he opens up that offside so beautifully. Gets so many runs through that area.
So what we saw in that package, Aaron, was the fact that the first 3 shots we saw a slip fielder being placed by the opposition. That's something that most teams have done against him. Australia not had a slip for him. You'll see on the occasions got a slip for that particular shot that he plays in the hope that they can catch the nick.
Told as a young batter to play with the spin. The greats actually play both sides. He thinks of the likes of Dravid and VVS Laxman, some of the great innings they have played, whether it be Shane Warne out of the rough at Kolkata or Rahul Dravid at Lords hitting against the spin. But you have to have a bit of genius about you to be able to do that. If you are young, still play with the spin.
2011 when Dravid got those 300s in England, something that he discovered, because normally an off-spinner will have more fielders on the leg side, and he started exploiting that area on the offside, the gaps on the offside against Graham Swan. Until then, typically Rahul Dravid doing everything by the book before he realized sometimes doing something that's not the norm isn't such a bad thing. But much has been talked about. Maxwell's bowling 4 times is completed his quota of 10 overs, once almost 10. And he hasn't played all matches. Australia has been out a couple of times. So Maxwell, the off spinner, along with those unbelievable innings, has come to the fore for Australia. It comes once in 4 years. The ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023 brings a lot of joy to many people. We've seen respect, we've seen joy. Can Surya Kumar Yadav provide more joy for Indian fans? 182 for 5.
The Nissan Navarathon is here.
now, you can drive away with an unbeatable offer on select Nissan Navara models with stock available now. Navarathon lasts for 4 days only, so hurry in to your local Nissan dealer.
.281 score predictor. I think India would snap your hand off for that right now. 182 for 5. That seems like a long way away at this stage.
And if you're Indian supporter, Indian fan, pray for no deal. But that was something that was talked about a lot. Adam Zampa in the attack. We were here on the ground from 6 to 9 p.m. Last night, the Indian team as well. Not everyone was here till very late, and there was heavy dew all round, and all of them kept feeling the outfield just to get an idea. Still searching for that boundary. Now this is the last boundary that we've had after Rohit Sharma went. This is KL Rahul, and since then it's been a long time since we've had a boundary. 29 overs, just the one boundary. That's actually quite bizarre, isn't it?
It is, especially when you think about how India has played this World Cup. Been very aggressive. The ability for Kohli to find the boundary at will when he needs it. KL Rahul as well. Australia have bowled beautifully. They haven't allowed India to get away. They haven't allowed them to get momentum at any stage after the power play one.
We saw the intent there with that shot from Suryakumar Yadav. Been talking about boundaries drying up. I guess it's time now for that to be corrected. Sky in. Obviously, this cautious approach from India is understandable with the kind of batting order India have. So, KL Rahul doing what he should be doing, just keeping wickets intact. Still plenty of overs left and no batting to come after this. Just looking at pure bowlers. You can see the turn is increasing on the pitch. The dew doesn't come in, will continue to support, spin more and more.
And the leg break is a ball that you don't associate Adam Zampa spinning a huge amount. This googly is something that has a bit more overspin, so that turns more consistently and bigger than what a traditional leg break does.
And hence the captaincy of Rohit Sharma is going to be vital. It's going to be maybe 240s defending. Who knows how they go here? 250 if they go well. And then when does he bowl his spinners? Does he bring them on before the dew comes down? But the seamers under lights have made the ball talk. Shami and Bumrah and Siraj. Well, it's dry. Bowl your spin. Going to be fascinating the second half. Shami under lights, handful. Bumrah under lights, handful. Plenty of leg breaks, the odd slider and googly.
It's interesting when you look at the wicket, leg break has got him the most, but it's a ball he would have bowled the least. Zampa in the tournament. Talk about variation, getting your wickets. There's the boundary that we were anticipating. Suryakumar Yadav, they know it. He's a key player now, 192 for 5.
Just a bit of width.
With Dodo, you get fast, reliable NBN. Just ask our 100% of satisfied customers. It's flawless. 96%. It's almost flawless. And now with $15 off your first 6 months. Dodo, the real deal.
The big one's here. 25 to 50% off with the Lazy Boy Black Friday sale. The Splendor leather sofa now half price. Or the Harbour Town Rocker recliner now from $8.99. Plus there's 25% off all Lazy Boy furniture. Visit the Chairman or Jaffa's Furniture today.
performances for the World Cup. Rahul Dravid, Rohit Sharma backing his skills, his temperament. He's an experienced player, Surya Kumar Yadav, and it's just amazing how it's all panned out for him to come and bat. At this stage, not too many overs left. The big final. You can see the pressure he puts on the bowlers. Adam Zampa was bowling that middle stump line to all batters. The moment Surya Kumar Yadav came in, his prowess and his confidence to play the sweep shot. Zampa bowled 2 balls outside the off stump to Surya Kumar Yadav, so that is the effect he has on the bowlers. Just the threat of Surya Kumar Yadav. And finally we have a boundary.
Yeah, with that much width, it's not a big gap behind point. He knew he just had to get in the middle of the bat, and that would race away. Used his crease. They've been so good throughout this World Cup. Been a big part of Australia's resurgence, hitting 8 straight.
Well, Stark could be the key towards the end of this innings because of what we're going to see here. The ball tailing in, reverse swing. It's not massive, it isn't because of 2 white balls, but there's enough just to go past the edge or find the outside edge of the bat. And I think the 6 key overs are going to be Cummins bowling those slower ball bounces that he does on a tired pitch, and Stark against the tail, or these 2, those toe crushers and bouncers.
Saved a bit of bat onto that one. It's a shot that he plays. In fact, on his younger days in the IPL, that's the shot that he played to get off the mark. Just one of his go-to shots. Now there are many that he's added to his repertoire. It's going to take enough of this. Just mind-boggling sight. India would love 280. Love 280 without deal. At the Wankhede Stadium in the semis, we had no deal, which was unusual for Mumbai. Fielding, good reactions. Wasn't a clean stop, but saved a couple of runs there.
Yeah, Surya Kumar Yadav keeping that stance very, very open, anticipating Josh Hazlewood, looking to exclusively swing the ball back in towards middle and off stump.
Man is very fine. Again, good field placement there. 197 for 5.
You name it, it's on Prime. Things are simply better together, like the Simply Energy Saver Plan, and getting $100 credit on your first electricity bill. Get ongoing discounts on your home energy. That's something to smile about. That's Simply Energy, backed by Engie.
The last power play now, extra field allowed outside. The stadium absolutely packed. You cannot see any color other than blue. The seats are orange, but you won't know. The this absolute ocean of blue here. First 10 overs, 80 runs. Next 30 overs, 117. Hedos next to me. What odds the next 10 overs? 120.
100 to 1.
Just feeding you, Hedos, just feeding you. Decent odds to take, most. It was just 50 for 1 with Lillian Marsh, wasn't it? Or was it 500? 500. That is 500.
I think that was a bit more value back then. Certainly laying that just due to conditions, really. Seeing the ball continue to spin. Also been some reverse swing from the seamers in the last few overs. This has been the story of the innings. Look at that middle phase. 2 boundaries from overs 10 all the way through to the 40th. During power play 2, Indian batters really struggled to access 4s and 6s.
Plays the sweep shot but finds the fielder. There's about 25 of them in yellow on the ground at the moment by the looks of it. But I found that extraordinary, 2 boundaries. It's a combination of intent and great fielding. But 2 boundaries.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of viewers watching this at home and just going, what happened? Why has there been this, what would seem like a lack of intent? You've got KL Rahul, who's basically submersed himself in this match, not really able to climb out of anything. Well, I can assure you this is nothing but tough conditions for batting. Slow wicket. You saw right from the get-go, Morgs. 2 nicks early, not even bothering to carry. And then you've got the spin through the middle, and now you've got reverse. It's been the full package of really difficult batting conditions.
Yeah, that single brings up to 200 for India in the 41st over. Has been slow going. It started the same intent that we've sat back and admired. This Indian batting lineup played by their skipper Rohit Sharma. Slowed down in the last 30 overs or so.
9 overs left. It's 200 for 5.
You know it, it's on Prime.
Battery life going.
A canny budget. It could power a wee village.
For the best overall laptop experience, ask for the HP Pavilion Plus at Harvey Norman.
I think it needs a bit of Jawan action to take India to a winning score from there at the moment. Everybody who's anybody and could get hold of a ticket is here in Ahmedabad to watch this game, and at the moment they're saying, oops. Right on the left corner, one of the absolute legends, Prakash Padukone. Right, mid-Stark. He's got 3 overs left. Can he get the ball to tail away? He's going round the wicket. It only goes in one direction. It's wide and 1.
Yeah, might just take him a couple of deliveries to find his radar, given on the same end as Josh Hazelwood. So this ball is reverse swinging. possibly just overcompensated a little bit. Good move by Pat Cummins, bringing back a touch earlier.
Well, it was super interesting. The crowd here is a real mood indicator. When it's flying, everything is moving. Flags are flapping around, fans, the music. But you could just see in the response when India brought up the 200 that they too are not sure. Have a look at this. Usually, if this was a moment, there would have been a crowd going nuts. Absolutely nuts. But you can tell there's just... I don't think it's humility, Asha.
I think it's not just the crowd. I think it's the tone of your voice that tells a story too. They've gone absolute nuts, but not quite. So your voice is mirroring the crowd. I don't think this is the script they came here to see. What I'd like to tell them is it's a game, it's a cricket match, and there is life in it till the last ball is bowled. Till belief is there, till the last ball is bowled, and there's a lot of life left in this game. Oh, good ball, good ball. The finger will go up, and KL Rahul's long vigil is over to a beautiful ball. We were talking of whether he can go round the wicket and take it away, and he did.
It's an absolutely unbelievable ball. Now, if you can see any movement on your television sets, I can assure you, when you're out there batting and you get this delivery, swinging late, nipping off the seam, that has moved a lot. Brought to the end, a courageous knock. How courageous? Is it a match winner or something else? Gone for 66, 203 for 6.
At Rest, our profits go to members, not shareholders, and it feels good. Rest Super. Feel the fairness.
For plentiful pots, use Richgrow's new Black Marble potting mix. Its scientifically proven formula is high in potash and iron. For bigger fruits, flowers and plants, grab some today and grow you good things.
Mohammad Shami comes in after Mitchell Starc picked up his second.
For Australia, they said a moment ago, they're just getting a wicket every time India trying to put the foot down. KL Rahul played well but could never get out of about second or third gear. And there is a little bit of reverse swing there though, so it does make scoring at the end difficult. 203 for 6. Australia can still keep them under 250 here by bowling well at the end.
And you'll just go, wow, it's a difficult ball to bowl.
Well, I think KL Rahul has done really well to actually get anything on this. Sums up the form that he's been in throughout this tournament. An absolute beauty round the wicket. Moving a long way. Excellent move from Cummins to get Starc back into the attack while the ball is reverse swinging.
Well, Shami just says, I can score boundaries too. Just a little flick off his pads. I think the backward square was way too square.
Mark Howard early on was talking about Virat Kohli. He was talking about how he wrote his own scripts. And Mohammad Shami has been exactly that as well in this World Cup. Now with bat, been magnificent with the ball. A rare boundary, a real diamond. Just gets a little straight.
From the over, but the big wicket of KL Rahul, 207 for 6.
Nissan Navarathon is here. Right now, you can drive away with an unbeatable offer on select Nissan Navara models with stock available now. Navarathon lasts for 4 days only, so hurry in to your local Nissan dealer.
Just Bumrah, Kuldeep and Siraj to come. Unlike Shami and Bumrah can handle themselves. Morg Zedos, what does Surya Kumar Yadav do? There's 48 balls left. Does he just keep going? Or does he now start to switch into T20 mode and make the most of what he can?
Yeah, here I think it's a tricky balance to find, but he has to back his tail. Ball is only reverse swinging at one end quite significantly. Trying to establish a partnership for these last 8 overs. And then look to capitalise at one end. Clearly not going to be an easy task to find the boundary, particularly at the opposite end that Pat Cummins is bowling from.
It really depends on what India think is a good score here. Is it what's currently projected at 247? Do they feel a bit more? And is it a 270? Is it 8 runs and over from this point in time? That would have been the conversations in those wicket breaks. But I don't think you can afford to necessarily just throw yourself under a bus if you're Surya Kumar Yadav at this stage and try and go too hard. You've got to ink it out a little bit more. Even push into the last 5 overs, then take your opportunities.
Tell themselves, look, that's a bit slow. If there's no due, 250, 260 could be a competitive score. You don't have to power our way and maybe self-destruct, even if it means inching your way, getting the odd boundaries. Get a 250, get a 260, got something to play with, and then just tell climatic conditions or the gods to decide on the due. Just we waited a long time, we've set up this occasion. Can you stay away tonight? But I do think this game hinges on the due. I think if there is due, whatever India does is going to be inadequate.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Harsha. If conditions remain as they are right now, actually could turn out to be a really good game if India can get themselves up to 255, 255.
I thought you might go 241.
I think India would take 241 right now.
There's a fielder there in the deep, so he'll get a single. World Cup, India semi-final decided at about 239. Your final was 241. Australia scraped in with 200 in a 212 game. That 1999, the great semi-final, one of the great games of all time, 213.
They do generally tend to be lower scoring matches. You can just feel and sense that batters do tighten up.
7 left, 2-1 down for 6.
The Victorian Government is making it easier for families to find a 3- and 4-year-old kinder learning program they can count on. Just look for the Kinder Tick. It recognises kinder programs that are led by qualified teachers, that offer play-based programs that help kids learn and grow, and identifies services that are approved for funding. So when you're looking for a kinder learning program you can count on, look for the Kinder Tick. Find out more at vic.gov.au/kindertick. Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
rather than stand at the MC, you feel like an ant. That rises up. This one rises a little further.
You throw the old Eden Gardens into that mix as well. Cement stands seem to go forever. Sailed off into the abyss.
Produced good India-Australia test matches.
Oh, love it, Harsha. Good 3 days.
Give me an inch sometimes, Hedos.
Then what happened? That was truly one of the great test matches, no doubt about it.
Doesn't count for much though, it's all part of history, too long back. What's happening today? 2-1, 1 for 6, India. So far, it looks like he's perfectly capable of handling himself, Shami. I know it's just 8 balls, but he's looked handy. Oh, there's some Aussies. Hey, Dos, while you were looking at mods, we saw some Aussies in the crowd. Ah, there they are. In equal proportion in this stadium to the populations of our countries.
Yeah, that's about it. There you go, son. Good on you. Look at him mixing it in there. And the ironic part about it is there's actually 1 million Indians of the 25 million in Australia as well. So I think your probably maths are a bit out. Oh me, oh my. A couple of early arrivals, they booked their tickets before they knew about the semis.
Fair on them to still represent their country shirts. Went for the big one, got the edge. Shami probably thought, I'll go long on, another goes down. Left him as so many deliveries are. Stark picks up another 2-1, 1 for 7.
Well, this ball continues to move around. Only taken Mohammad Shami 10 balls before he's at a wipe. Look at how much this moves. Big edge through to Josh Inglis. Well taken, and Australia have their 7th wicket. The ball moving around the way it is. Easily bowl India out here. Mohammad Shami goes for 6, India to 11 for 7.
It's impossible not to be impressed by the sheer grandeur and power of the natural world.
Sir David Attenborough presents a landmark global event, 5 years in the making.
Animals are adapting to new challenges.
Planet Earth 3, our world like you've never seen it. Soon on 9.
Jasprit Bumrah comes in at a very tricky time.
Yeah, and 4 catches now too for Josh Inglis, having a good day behind the stumps.
He'll get off strike.
Well, the decision to bring him back into the attack is proving very fruitful for Australia. Always very difficult. Just coming in and having to face a reverse swinging ball. Australia taking advantage of conditions.
Now to farm the strike, and he's done that well of the last ball of this over. Has Surya Kumar Yadav goes on to 13, 2-1, 3 for 7.
Time for a change? Making space is just a taxi box away. Store it, move it, access it. Taxi box is storage you can keep at ours or yours. We'll help you pack up the past to unpack the future. Get Taxi Box.
Beat the heat with the Phantom Lunch Shop's Black Friday sale. Save up to 60%. 60% on everything, plus free delivery, plus an extra 15% off with code TV15. Beat that. Hurry before we move to our massive new Myland location.
The long faces in that dugout. No game is won or lost till both teams have played. But at the moment, this game is very much an Australian half.
Yeah, you have to put a question mark around that as well, though. Question mark, is it? What is a good total? When I saw this wicket, when I first arrived at the ground and had a good look at it, I thought, wow, this is going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be a real battle. Spin's obviously going to play its part. That question mark will become an exclamation mark, though, if there's dew. It's going to be a real game changer. And I always felt that this type of wicket on this venue was going to reduce the margins and put them into favour heading towards Australia's direction. If it was a really good wicket, if it was obviously a 300 type wicket, you'd think that India's batting that's been so good in this World Cup would have just dominated, would have put Australia under immense pressure, got that crowd that's silent on its feet. But because it's been this type of innings, there's been no momentum whatsoever from a batting sense. It's lent weight towards Australia's fight-back spirit here.
There's only been one game in the last 10 that India's batting has been threatened like this. It was in Lucknow, I think, against England. And they made only 229 and ended up winning by 100.
When you look at what's to come from an Australian batting point of view, there's no question in my mind that Travis Head and Davey Warner are going to go hard inside those first 5 to 10 overs. They're going to be really looking to try and reveal the jugular early so that they can get that middle order that's a little more vulnerable. It's test mark special middle order performance from Australia, but from Labuschagne and Smith. And then try and get some sort of platform from Maxwell to come in at the back. A bit like Surya Kumar Yadav here. We're waiting for something to happen, Surya Kumar Yadav. You've been designed to be in this team for this exact reason. The final 10, to go hard, and he hasn't yet.
Interestingly though, you look at the wickets. Maxwell's got one wicket. That's the only wicket that's gone to spin. That was Rohit Sharma early on. They're both tight. This is the last over for Zampa. He's only gone 43. Now curiously, I know Marsh is not a spinner. He bowled cutters today. Marsh and Head between the ball 4 overs for 9. Oh, that could be close. The finger will go up. Bumrah will have a little conversation. Are they going to review? No, they don't. He's walking off. So Zampa picks up a wicket, even as I say. That spin hadn't.
Well, it was bad. Now it's going to worse. The flames are still going off, but there's not the crowd in play here whatsoever. They are stunned. Again, straight. 35% of the times, Adam Zampa, that fellow there, hits the stumps, and he's done it again. Adding it to that percentage. No review. Bumrah adds just 1 to the total, 240 for 8.
Ain't only restaurants anymore. We can go bananas at the grocery store. I'm a bad girl, but my takeout better. What you need, dude? I could cop a taco platter. Did somebody say me?
More important to have the right team behind you.
Get ResMed's latest AirSense 11 auto set and mask package for only $2,000. Save $164.
Stop snoring with Sauvé CPAP Clinic.
It's quiet inside the stadium now, despite 130,000 fans packed in there, and Adam Zampa, he's on track to make history.
Yeah, now 23 wickets in the World Cup equals Murali's record for a spinner in a single World Cup, 23. Kuldeep Yadav, he's got to hang in there for the next 5 overs and bat with Surya Kumar Yadav at the other end. It's up to him now to get India up to something near 250. Australia going very well. Wickets continuing to come. Pat Cummins now hoping to bowl India out. Got a slip in place, even got a bat pad for Zampa's last ball. crosses it up, they'll get a single, and they're going to take it too, by the looks of it. So Zamp finishes with 1 for 44. India 2-1-5 for 8.
Our job here at the Harvey Norman Extreme Validation Office is to put laptops through their paces.
It's not about pushing buttons, it's about pushing limits!
Like the HP Pavilion Plus, with its fast charging and long-lasting battery life. Hey Barry,
how's the fast charging and long-lasting battery life going?
A canny budget. It could power a wee village.
For the best overall laptop experience, ask for the HP Pavilion Plus at Harvey Norman.
5 overs to go. Zampana has 23 wickets in this World Cup. Joins Muthaiya Muralidharan with 23 in 2007. Most wickets taken by spinners in an edition of the World Cup. Something strange happened last ball of the previous over. They took a single. And that exposes 10 and maybe 11 to a reverse swinging ball from mid-Stark. He'll get off the mark, so the single was all right as it turns out, but he flicked it right in front of the stumps.
He certainly did. Played that very comfortably. Kuldeep Yadav. This was very, very straight. All you needed to know is Jasprit Bumrah was not even interested remotely in sending it upstairs. Brilliant bowling. Again, good captaincy from Pat Cummins. Getting his leading wicket taker on. Bowling to a new batter.
Right, we'll get a clue now. He'll take the single again. So he's obviously backing Kuldeep to face mid-Stark. It's all been perfect for Australia so far. Good toss to win, dry surface, allowed a bit of grip. Reverse swing as the innings has gone on. There's another innings to come. Bumrah, Shami, Jadeja. They've had fantastic World Cups. What about Australia's top three? Australia's top three combined average over 50 and strike about 110. It's going to be some contest there. Warner, Head, Marsh, Bumrah, Siraj, Shami, and then Jadeja. What about Kuldeep in the mix?
You mentioned all of those great fast bowlers, and you put Jadeja there, but the one that is key for mine is the bloke now batting, Kuldeep. Sense that this is his opportunity. Somehow find a way, those fast bowlers, to take a few wickets inside that first power play and through the middle, putting all of the middle order batsmen under pressure. Kuldeep Yadav could be the one that's, in my view, the most dangerous. Jadeja won't give anything away, nothing.
It might run away to the boundary. No, it won't. Because David Warner just guards that area like the sentry. David Warner, 37, is batting beautifully, isn't he?
Been absolutely excellent alongside the likes of Glenn Maxwell, who has been unbelievable in this tournament. First ever double 100 in the Men's Cricket World Cup. Certainly their part to play in this run chase.
Yeah, he'll have his go, Maxwell, but more importantly, I think it comes down to those top three. Marsh, Head, and Warner have got to have a big night. Maxwell can be a finisher. He can put a bit of cream on the top. But if there's a hint of dew and the ball does start coming onto the bat, those top three can put a full stop to India's World Cup campaign this evening.
Stark with his last ball. 50 runs in wides in this tournament, but lots of wickets and excellent bowling to 3 for 55 today. 4 overs left, 2-1 for 8.
This is crazy.
We call it a symbiote, and it chose you.
The hell's going on with T?
I'm the hero here, not you.
You're not yourself.
You want to join us?
We can fight this together.
So far, 2 for 27 for Pat Cummins, who's having an absolute dream evening.
The Australian captain getting himself back on. Big decision again. Bowling at the end where the ball is not reverse swinging. Trying conditions to his strengths. We'll see him come in like we have done throughout the whole day. Bang the ball into the wicket, use changes of pace. And at the other end, Hazelwood, who left the ball, extract swing.
10 balls into this partnership. Kuldeep's faced 8 of those, but he's now found himself at the non-striker's end. He can bat, Kuldeep, but India at the moment need boundaries, and the boundaries are going to come from Surya Kumar Yadav. All the twos on the board at the moment. For 8.
Yeah, 100% of the weight has to go on Surya Kumar Yadav's shoulders right now. Mr. 360 as he's known. Deep backward square. Long leg. Got a deep point in the third man. The suggest by this is going to be an off-pace delivery into the wicket, giving no pace as we've seen all day. He's got to take on that bigger side of this very large oval, but it's a good strong hit, especially with an old ball now.
With it right back behind the keeper. But they only get 1. It tells you how well they know Surya Kumar Yadav, because when he's in form, his V is behind the wicket, not in front.
Yeah, it certainly is. And pace off from Cummins. Very clever. It's 128 kilometres per hour. Surya Kumar Yadav can't really do much else with that delivery. Can walk across, pat it on its head, but the result would still remain the same.
To me, that last ball was a great example of IPL knowledge. Knowing that is where he hits, all of them have played against him. He's actually got it straight back over the keeper, but third man is so fine. How often do you see a ball go over the keeper and stopped inside the boundary?
Yeah, well, not in Mumbai, ever. It's usually sailing up into the sight screen, which is black. Maybe not even. That's how hard he can hit that ball. He just gets the energy through his wrist to just tap it over. And a bad decision as well to run it. If it wasn't going for boundary, he should have been up here on strike. This is the one, look at this, in Mumbai at Wankhede Stadium. They don't come back. But now he's got a situation where he's got 3 dot balls in a row.
Don't play it, don't go for a big hit. He tells him, don't go for a big hit. We've got 3 overs left. And near perfect Yorker. He thinks it's boot first. And in the end doesn't review. It's 223 for him.
The Nissan Navarathon is here. Right now, you can drive away with an unbeatable offer on select Nissan Navara models with stock available now. Navara marathon lasts for 4 days only, so hurry in to your local Nissan dealer.
A nice little moment towards the end of last over when Pat Cummins had a word with Richard Kettleborough and he just smiled at him and said that it only hit the bat. Hazelwood, 8 overs, 1 for 48. He'll bowl numbers 48 and 50. Stood in the 2015 final as well, Richard Kettleborough. Right, Surya Kumar Yadav, Josh Hazelwood. They will give him no pace at all because they know he loves playing with the bowler's space, playing it behind the stumps. They will give him nothing at all.
Yeah, the one thing I like about this Harsh is planning is on point. They really know they're going to go pace off, but they've set the field accordingly. Josh Hazelwood, the ball he is bowling with is reverse swinging. He knows the best delivery to bowl is pace off into the wicket. Maybe the odd change up with pace on.
The more I see this wicket, the more I'm worried about Australia's run chase. There is absolutely nothing in terms of pace here. Look at how slowly this comes off the surface. It really bites in there. Now with Dew, that could be a different story.
There's a bold, brave Aussie searching for Dew. He connects on this one. That'll reach the boundary. Not that one either. Hey, David Warner. Once you retire, you can become a sprinter.
Oh, he's such a warrior. This is an incredible piece of effort. He would have had to travel at least 45 metres to get to this. Full-fledged, great dive. Gets the ball in his hand. That's the key. Don't look to stop it anywhere else on your body apart from your hands. Tremendous fielding.
Oh, that should be taken. That should be taken, and that's the last flicker of hope in this Indian batting lineup. Once again, no pace on the ball at all. And all it did was balloon to the keeper.
Absolute heartache in the crowd. Silence continues as Australia are all over India. Hazelwood pace off into the wicket again. Nothing to work with for Surya Kumar Yadav. Through the shot by the time the ball crashes into his glove. Inglis takes another simple catch. Australia really finishing well here with a great deal of momentum. Surya Kumar Yadav goes for 18, India 226 for 9.
I'm Tim. You might know me as Tim the Lawnmower Man on TikTok, where I drive around Sydney looking for wild and overgrown yards. I offer to mow them for free for the resident. I'll just knock on the door and ask if I can help. I think we all deserve a good day every now and then. I started making the videos because I thought it was a better way to show clients what I can do. It's not all up. Get out of here. I get a lot of people saying, seeing you giving back to the community really makes my day. I had no idea that the content could have the sort of impact that it does to win for everyone.
Sirajin, India looking at a modest total here, but Josh Inglis having a great night out.
Yeah, 5 catches now for the keeper, Inglis. A record for a World Cup final. 2 wickets to Hazelwood, 2 to Cummins, and 3 to Stark. So the Aussie Quicks have been superb again.
It's probably going to be full. Tailed in and he got a single.
Well, Diwali is well and truly over. The only firecrackers going off here at the stadium at the moment are the light effects around the stadium. The fire is coming purely from the Australian cricket team currently at this stage. Planning well, executing well, hunting as a pack. That fella there, that's brilliant. Charging charging around the outfield, and they're up and running, Australia.
Mox, can you also tell Australia's mood by Haydos's voice?
Yeah, it's quite easy to identify. They're up and about the Aussies.
A wicket and 4 runs. 2 overs left. It's 2-2-7 for 9. Oh, there's 1 ball left. There's 1 ball left.
Yes, your timing was off, Harshaboga. He's usually great, Morgs. When you work with him long enough, he gets a nice little cheap shot in right on the 5th ball and then throws to the break. But hello, Harshaboga. I'm going to own you for 1 over here. You're going to feel the wrath of the big DOS just honing in on your game plan.
And the worst, and Haydos, you don't have to stand and tower over me while you say that. You tower over me anyway. Oh dear, he doesn't miss a chance. It's 2:27 for 9. India only going at 4.73. They were well into the 6s till the 20 over mark. 2 overs behind. Oh, well bowled. There's 5 fielders inside the circle, though I think that's by choice rather than necessity.
Yeah, and I like this. Try and keep Mohammad Siraj on strike for as many of these balls of this over. Will be clearly better with the bat than Siraj. A good delivery, right on the money. Good line and length. Doesn't really bounce. Doesn't get up, goes under the toe. Perhaps an indication again of the nature of the surface.
Extra run. India could do with every little piece that they get. Just been looking at the numbers for power play wickets for the team batting second. In Mumbai there were 17 wickets. 5 here. 4 games played. 5 wickets in this power play, the team batting second. Cummins has been magnificent today. But clearly now, from an Indian point of view, the match rests in the hands of India's bowlers who've been magnificent right through. They've been given that England kind of target. But I suspect against a batting side that is far more resolute, determined and skilled, One more. It's like you come to the end of Scrabble and you find a little alphabet to put in somewhere and sneak a 1 in.
Well, there's been plenty of matches over the years that have been won by 1 run or tied.
Says Morgs.
I'm copying it left and right here. Yeah, go on then. Tell us about it. Morgs, go on.
And Morgs, if the super over's tied, there's another super over here. We'll trot across for another.
Now Australia's seamers today. Have a look at the wicket deliveries where they're pitched. Predominantly banging the ball in a good length and short of a good length, forcing Indian batters to play cross-batted shots, which on a slow surface is a more difficult challenge. Really been on top of their game. Definitely done their homework. Not only that, come in and adapted their skills and applied them brilliantly.
And another single.
Yeah, we sit around team meetings, Morgs, ahead of huge games. You go through all your bowling group, your batting group, how you want to go about fielding. But then, no point in leaving it all back in the dugout. You've got to take it. You've got to bring it. That's what Australia did so well in this last semi against South Africa. They're doing it here again. The bowlers this time setting up the play, setting up exactly how they want to take down each Indian batsman. One thing to see the conditions, another thing to respond to the conditions.
You run it down to third man and keep strike for the start of the last over. Just one left now, and India 232 for 9. Singles, who knows? It's just a 230, 240 game. The last 7, 8, 9, 10 runs might be handy.
Certainly will. Another dynamic to add to the run chase, like you mentioned earlier, Haydos. How powerful that Australian top 3 are. Don't envisage them going away from what has put them with this opportunity in front of them into the final. Assume that they will come out all guns blazing, particularly the likes of Travis Head
and Mitch Marsh. We will have a boundary in the last over as Mohammad Siraj gives himself room and slams it back past the bowler. Celebration ahead of the flags are out.
There you go. Flags are up. Look at them go. They'd gone walkabout for a while. Smacked down the ground. Mohammad Siraj, he's a great fighter. He's got warrior spirit running through his veins, and he's been wonderful with the ball. Now with the bat. Yes, finally, some relief for our Indian fans here today.
Are we heading towards another 241? 4 balls left. This time he finds mid-off. But if I was Siraj, I'd be so delighted that he spent about 30 seconds planning the field for that ball. His partnership is 12 now.
That'll be 241, isn't it?
Should be looking right towards Morgs, not towards me.
Well, I can tell you a lot about that day. One of the greatest days in my cricketing career, one of the most dramatic games of cricket, particularly being a final, ending in a super over. Don't worry folks, we've already teed Ian Smith up.
Let's be honest, it's not a score to be trifled with on this surface already. Already 238 can be a combative score if the conditions stay the same. So to that extent, unless atmospheric conditions play a part, we've got a really good second half ahead of us. Very competitive. One of the best batting sides of the tournament, on the upsurge in the last 8 games. There's the best power play bowling side. There's the pull shot. There's always going to be one. 239.
Yeah, we're just talking about that. This side, Australia, really has risen from like a phoenix from the ashes, because on the first few games there was disarray. Didn't have their full list of players to pick from, but they've been remarkable. They've really hung tough. They've played some great cricket. And from a batting point of view as well, they carry all that winning momentum into an innings like this. In the modern standards of one-day cricket, it's possibly 40, 50 runs short. So many teams look to chase big totals and do it well. T20 cricket's played its role. Last ball, what do you got?
Let's wait and see. Here it goes. High in the air, will fall short. They want to come back for a second. They have no choice. They've got to keep going. Run out of the non-strikers and one of the longest run-outs, but they had to go for it. And India will finish with 240. At one point you thought they were going to get many, many more. At one point you wondered if they're going to get to this number at all. But in the end it is going to be a 241 run chase. There was never a second. You just had to take a chance on a misfield and see if you could scrape in a single. So India's bowlers will now be sitting in that dugout and saying, right, it is now our job to do what we can from here.
Done in the field for the Aussies, but can they back it up with the bat? We will break it down next, while Spider-Man Peter Parker and Miles Morales return for an exciting new adventure in the critically acclaimed Marvel Spider-Man franchise for PlayStation 5. Let's take a look.
You never gave up. Never backed down. Neither will I. My power, my responsibility. I am Spider-Man.
PlayStation.
Gorgeous, The Fragrance by Michael Kors.
That'll get the juices flowing.
You feel it, everybody watching. The pressure's on and cracking is not an option. I'm going hard every second, every minute.
One shot.
Push it to the limit. This moment, nobody's stopping. All eyes on me.
It's game on. For action packed. Raw power. And pure passion.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
9 summer of awesome will grip the world. Who will be champion? The Australian Open, Jan 14 on 9 and 9 now.
The Nissan Navarathon is here. Right now, you can drive away with an unbeatable offer on select Nissan Navara models with stock available now. Navarathon lasts for 4 days only, so hurry in to your local Nissan dealer.
Our job here at the Harvey Norman Extreme Validation Office is to put laptops through their paces.
It's not about pushing buttons, it's about pushing limits!
Like the HP Pavilion Plus, with its fast charging and long-lasting battery life.
Hey Barry, how's the fast charging and long-lasting battery life going?
I
Tiny budget. I could power a wee village.
For the best overall laptop experience, ask for the HP Pavilion Plus at Harvey Norman.
Seattle's best known landmark is getting us.
G'day, just landed in LA feeling rested and relaxed. Why am I feeling so good? I treated myself to Air New Zealand's economy sky couch. Check it out. 1 minute it's a row of seats, the next it's a super comfy couch. Genius, right? Everything you need from a couch. In the sky. Perfect for arriving as fresh as a local. Howdy, partner.
Discover a better way to fly to the USA and Canada with Air New Zealand's economy sky couch.
Nine's broadcast of the ICC Cricket World Cup brought to you by Harvey Norman, powered by Intel Evo and Lenovo. And Nissan Navara. Search Nissan for offers.
We are in the biggest Colosseum in the world. It is the World Cup final. Pat, you won the toss. What have you decided? We're going to have a ball first. Australians were brilliant in the field in the semi-final. Down the pitch. In the air, gone. First wicket for Australia. First boundary for Kohli. And again. They're so high. It's in the best form of all. It's the most important time of his life. A miss-up, finally a miss-up. Could this be a moment? Oh, one of the great catches under pressure. There's Stan Mitch Turner. Well touched there. Yes, there is. Australia on fire here.
And the fielding has been on point. Like we're in a rivalry right now.
Halfway point to innings. Kohli gets to 50. And the stadium finds its voice.
It's side edge. And this is a massive blow that has astounded the Indian fans.
The use raw. K. Rao gets to 50.
This time there seems to be an obvious nick. Absolute heartache in the crowd.
ICC World Cup final, Aussie captain Pat Cummins said the only way to win this one would be to silence the fans, and that is what Australia has done in the first innings. The Aussies, they won the toss, they elected to bowl first, and they have become the first team this tournament to bowl India out, the host nation, for 240 from their 50 overs. They're up for the fight tonight, Mark Taylor.
Oh, absolutely no doubt about that. At one stage, India in the 10th over, they 1 for 76. Rohit Sharma was playing well, 47 he made, and when Virat Kohli was with him, you thought, well, anything was possible, 300, 350 plus, but that catch from Travis Head to remove Rohit 447 turned things around, and then we saw 9 fours, 3 sixes in the first 10 overs, only 4 fours after that from that batting lineup. KL Rahul made 66, but you can see there 107 balls to compile that 66. It was hard work because the bowling was good and the fielding from Australia was excellent tonight.
Well, let's take a look at the fall of wickets thanks to Nissan, and it was Mitchell Starc who struck first to break that opening partnership.
Yeah, just a bit of a short ball to Shubman Gill, who was sort of camped a bit on the front foot. At that stage, you thought, well, there's a regulation sort of wicket in the power play, but this was the big wicket. Travis Head, superb catch. 2 balls left in the power play at that stage. And then Shreyas Iyer, who's made 300s in this tournament, looked really good. Nicked one through, but this was the big wicket. Virat Kohli there, 54 he made. You could see he was setting himself to be there at the end. Jadeja also nicked one behind. That was one of 5 catches Josh Inglis took, a World Cup final record. There's another one. Rahul, who said, who made 66 from that 107 deliveries, but all the batsmen struggled. The pitch, yes, it was a little bit slow, but Australia's bowling was very good, as I said a moment ago. They moved the bowlers around a lot. They shuffled the bowlers a lot. At one stage, we had 6 different bowlers from 6 different overs. So it was an excellent use by Pat Cummins of his bowlers. And at the end, wickets continued to tumble, with Australia hitting the pitch hard, using these slower conditions. And finally, the last man was run out from the last ball of the over. So all out for 240. And as you said, Ros, the first time India have been bowled out in the series.
A real team effort here with the ball. Mitchell Starc 3 for 55 from his 10 overs, but the big three, the pace cartel, giving him a hand. Hazelwood and Cummins picking up a couple of wickets each as well. To come by because the Australians, they were switched on.
Absolutely, and it started that second ball. I think this might be it here. That's 4 normally in this tournament. Australia had their field set right. I think Pat Cummins had an excellent day captaining this side, moved the bowls around really well, and he was backed up with some quality fielding. Australia saved, well, you never really know, but probably 30 runs in the field. That catch, you've got no idea what that's worth. That could be worth 50 to 100 runs. It was that good, because it certainly changed the momentum of the game. And every fieldsman saved some runs at some stage. They threw themselves around. As I said, when India only hit 13 fours and 3 sixes for an entire innings, you know you've bowled really well and you've obviously fielded extremely well.
Australia's run chase, it is not far away. Coming up, we are going to hear from Mitchell Starc. Can the Australians make history tonight and win a 6th World Cup?
Soap.
In the shape of a wombat.
Yep, I'm a re-gift.
How's that?
Been handed halfway around the country.
Didn't I give you this last year? Thanks.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's that a good gift takes thought. Make your merry meaningful.
Make it your best breakaway.
Yeah, like always, huh?
Yeah, if you could look after the cats for me, please.
Always there.
Most people I talk to, John, have never been through this before. But let's start with a cup of tea, huh?
Want to grow your small business into a big business? 9 Ad Manager lets you buy advertising campaigns on 9 Now, Australia's most watched free streaming TV platform. Create your campaign, choose the audiences and postcodes you want to target, and then track how it performs. You can even create your own video ad, all for only $550. Turn your business into a household name. Go to 9admanager.com.au.
Hungry Jack's free limited edition glasses will colour your summer. Get a free Hungry Jack's glass with any large meal. Collect all 4 colours at Hungry Jack's. Hungry Jack's free limited edition glasses will colour your summer. Get a free Hungry Jack's glass with any large meal. Collect all 4 colours at Hungry Jack's.
More from us right after this.
Alexa, play Nova.
Now playing Nova.
Hey, it's Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel.
Hello.
Alexa, play Nova everywhere.
Ooh, every day's a red cup. More from us right after this.
Alexa, play Nova.
Now playing Nova.
Hey, it's Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel.
Hello. Alexa, play Nova everywhere.
Ooh, every day's a red carpet day.
Tim wouldn't know anything about that. Alexa, turn it up. Oh, this is my song.
Play Nova everywhere with Amazon Alexa.
Isuzu MUX. Live your own way in the Isuzu MUX.
Go your own way. Revhead Jeremy Clarkson is ploughing head-on into running his own farm.
Have you looked after sheep before?
Whoa!
No.
He's got all the top gear.
This is a Lamborghini.
But absolutely
Farming.
no idea.
That's as straight as a roundabout.
I'll do it properly now, is it too late?
Oh, it's too late.
Clarkson's farm
Now look at me.
goes full throttle Wednesday, November 29 on 9.
Australia arrived in Ahmedabad tonight in the unfamiliar position of being underdogs in an ICC World Cup final. All of the pressure on host nation India in front of 130,000 fans, more than 1 billion watching from home, and it showed tonight. All out for 240. Mitchell Starc back to his best with the ball. He caught up with Sanjay Mandrika a moment ago.
Fantastic.
And there was some reverse swing.
Yeah, there's not a whole heap in the wicket for the seam bowlers or the swing bowlers. Obviously saw the swing go away pretty quickly, so as try different things, trying to get the ball shifting or vary the pace a bit. I think Paddy was fantastic through through his whole spell. Josh as well, and obviously a little bit of reverse swing at the back end. So look, I think our spinners were fantastic. The 3 quicks did what we were asked. So hopefully.